Welcome to Map Picking Academy, the show where we learn together. Our job is to make complicated and unimaginable commands plain and usable. In this episode, we'll be tackling the issue of how to count a certain amount of items that are in a chest even if they're spread out. So I'm currently working on a recreation of CSGO in Minecraft, but an actual legit one, not the ones they have on Hypixel or Mineplex. It has all of the guns people use and the bison, and all of the guns are very similar to the CSGO counterparts, with some minor tweaks because in Minecraft you can only strafe while walking, but the guns feel generally good to use, besides the bison. Since the last video I added a lake. That's not finished yet. Also, arms race. I don't have friends to show you the game mode, so here's me shooting at a wall with the bison. I turned the Dust 2 into Dust 2 and added a few custom weapons, which I'm gonna say right now are optional. They are not turned on by default. Now some of them you've already seen, but I didn't explain what they did. The laser gun. It's as weak as a bison, but it's fully accurate, no matter if you're sprinting, flying, eating, sleeping. The power shot. Yeah, that's what it does. The M16. Do you know how Ts have everything better and cheaper? Like the AK-47 is 2,700, but the M4A4, which is way weaker, is 3,100, and there's no rifle on the CT side that's as good as the AK. Well, the M16 is basically an AK-47 with slightly better stats that's available on the CT side for 3,500. The price might change later. You can suggest it in the comments. The M79 grenade launcher. The explosion is powerful, by the way. More than the So here's a more customizable version of the arms race game mode, which I'm currently working on. Using the weapons from here, putting them over here, you can determine the order of weapons you get by kills in arms race. But I need to somehow extract the data from this chest and use it, so I've already assigned each weapon an ID using the custom model data parameter. So I'll just extract it from there. This command basically gets that number. We're looking for the parameter custom model data that's inside of the tag bracket, which is located inside the NBT of an item in slot 0. That's slot 1, by the way. Then we're storing the result, which is the number, in the score of this entity's scoreboard. Cool. But now we also have these random pistols, rifles, etc. And here's the thing. Let's take assault rifles as an example. Currently there are only 7 in the entire game, not counting the ones I made. And well, as you can see, I can just put 8 in there, and the arms race game mode will break. So I need to count out how many of these there are in the chest, and if there's over 7, simply prevent the game mode from starting entirely. But how? There's not a /count command or anything. This is what the episode's about. Let's think deeper. /clone. /clone is a powerful command and the key that should get us to success. A lot of people don't understand this command because it isn't as simple as the world edit version, /copy and /paste. The advantage of /clone is that it can be executed from command blocks and functions. How do you use it? First, we have to select the region we're trying to copy. To get a block's coordinates, look at it with your crosshair and press tab 3 times on a command that uses them. The region you want to clone has to be a rectangle. You should start selecting your region as well as pasting it on the most negative X, Y, and Z block of the region. For example, don't start selecting from here, here, or there. Only do so here. You can even see that the little axis icon also matches with the block's corner that's outside of the region, unlike here. /clone. Then, coordinates of the region's corner that's the most negative on all axes, then the most positive corner, and then the location we want to paste it in, which also has to be the most negative on all axes. In our case, since we're only copying one block, it's the most negative corner and the most positive corner of the region at the same time. So we use the same coordinates twice, then the location to paste it in. We got it. Now let's make a chest 2 blocks underneath with 1 slot with the items we want to count, and fill the rest with items that we don't care about. Make a copy of that chest and go back to the original. Now we're gonna be placing a hopper between the chests. But we don't want any useless items clogging up slots in the hopper, so add this command and replace the word stick with the item you're looking to get the amount of. This command will remove any items besides for the sticks. And now the items will be flushed down by the hopper to the chest underneath, and the items, provided they're stackable, will stack together. And then to get the final number, we use this command I talked about before, but we're not checking for custom model data in the tag bracket, but simply for the count parameter. Once we get that value and store it, subtract 1, and then we get our number. To reset, clone back all the chests. If you're making this automated and not just a one-time thing, you might want to know how to detect if the hopper got all the items from the chest above to the chest below. You can just check with this command if there's any of the items left in the above chest or the hopper. This runs using unless, so if there aren't any, the command that's followed by run will trigger. Now this system isn't perfect. It can break or be really slow if you're doing this for a large amount of items. But I think it's good enough for most people. Besides, you can run a multiple of these at once. They're not too laggy. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If this video gets 5 likes, episode 2 will be released.